Every nation tells a story about where it began. Most end in triumph. This one ends in a goodbye. A dragon of the sea and a fairy of the mountains fell in love, had 100 children, and then agreed to part. This is Lac Long Quan and Ao Co, the story of how the Vietnamese people were born from a farewell. Long ago, the dragon lord Lac Long Quan rose from the eastern sea, mighty and kind, the son of a dragon king. He slew the monsters that terrorized the coast and taught the people to farm, to weave, to cook, to live without fear. Then, from the northern mountains descended U Co, a radiant fairy of the high peaks, drawn to the beauty of the land below. The dragon of the water and the fairy of the mountains met and loved and married a union of two worlds that had never touched. In time, Akko brought forth something wondrous, a single glowing sack, and within it 100 perfect eggs. The eggs opened into 100 strong and beautiful children, the first family of a people yet to come. But the dragon longed for the sea, and the fairy for the peaks. Their two natures, however deep their love, could not share one home. So they chose to part. 50 children followed their father down to the sea. 50 followed their mother up to the mountains. It would be easy to call this a sad ending, but the myth is doing something braver. It refuses to pretend that love erases difference. The dragon and the fairy do not force one nature to surrender to the other. They honor what each of them is, and let that truth shape a wiser goodbye. And notice, they do not divide the children into winners and losers. 50 to the sea, 50 to the mountains. The whole land is claimed, coast and highland alike, by one family. That is the quiet genius of the story. It tells a scattered people that their differences are not a wound. They are the design. To be from the mountains or the sea is still to be one blood. The parting is not abandonment. It is how a single family becomes a whole country, reaching every shore and every summit at once. So the myth turns loss into belonging. Even apart, the 100 children carry the same origin, and that shared beginning is stronger than the distance between them. This is why the story sits at the very root of Vietnamese identity. To this day, Vietnamese call themselves Con Rong Chao Tien, children of the dragon and grandchildren of the fairy. The eldest of the 100 sons is said to have become the first Hung King, founding Van Lang, the legendary first Vietnamese state. It's important to hear this as founding legend, not literal history, a poetic origin, the way many cultures explain who they are and where they belong. And its wisdom is generous. A myth about two different beings creating one people quietly insists that unity was never meant to mean sameness, only a shared beginning. So the oldest Vietnamese story is not about conquest. It is about a love strong enough to let go, and a family large enough to hold the whole land. Which leaves us with a question worth keeping. In your own family, your own country, can difference be the thing that binds you, instead of the thing that breaks you? Tell us in the comments. And if this story stayed with you, subscribe to Da Viet Folktales, where we bring the old wisdom of Vietnam back to life, one tale at a time.